Okay, guys. Sorry about this morning because I had an issue with the internet, and there was a broadband issue, and it was so slow. Anyway, I'm gonna do the pre-recording of this lesson, and then I might do this quite often in the future. We'll see how this goes. Right. So this is a project I did last time, and with my students, previous students. It's called Word as an Object. Let me show you some examples. Sort of Word as an object. So these are not my students' work, but this is stuff I download from the internet. Okay, this kind of stuff. Uh, this kind of work. How can we do this? What involves, and it's kind of like a two softwares involved, Photoshop and Illustrator. I'm gonna go through the process. But I was probably you must have seen this packaging in the supermarkets, and it's quite nice way of incorporating this word as an object in a commercial way in a real world scenario. So I thought it's better if I can recreate something, okay, with kind of like an animal silhouette, creating a silhouette of animal using Photoshop and from an image. So I download an image from the internet. I transfer it into like a black silhouette, changing the channels of the colors, and then creating something like that. Okay, all right, let's go and see do that. So so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna open up Photoshop and then create a new uh, page, print A3 landscape. It doesn't matter the size. I mean, I quite like the size of A3 landscape, and I've got this image. Maybe let's download another well image of a well, or maybe blue well. So I'm gonna need some higher this image. Gonna change sort of a side shot, side. Okay, something. So I probably spend some time looking for a perfect image. Is the image is important to get that correct composition, and so this is kind of like a sort of a research process of me doing stuff. Probably I might go get something like this. Yeah, let's do that. So as an image, yeah, and then I'm going to import that image into Photoshop. Where is that? So I'm importing that image into Photoshop, slightly smaller image, but we'll see how we can extract this. There's a watermark in it. A lot of stuff with watermark. Okay, maybe this is a good image. Save as. JPEG. File import. Okay, so I'm gonna hide that. I'm gonna rasterize this layer so it's kind of like a vector base. So let's play around with this image. Okay, so first things first, because it's got some gray background, so I'm gonna remove the background. Easier way to remove the background. There are two ways to do it. So I'm gonna use magic wand. Let me use magic wand. Where's the magic wand? Okay, magic wand. Select the image. Select the background of that image. So see that, and then gonna go to select inverse, and then when you select inverse, it's gonna select the inverse of the image, and you go to edit, cut, and edit, paste. So into a separate layer, cut and paste. Okay, so edit, cut, and edit, paste into a separate layer. So I'm gonna get rid of my previous empty layer, like that. Okay, so it's a perfect cut. See that, it's just not that bad. Okay, and now what I'm gonna do is I am gonna export this as a PNG file. Export for web, and I'm gonna use PNG 24, PNG 8 and PNG 24. PNG 24 has got much more better quality, and if you reduce this, you can actually see it here. See that, and then save, and I'm gonna save that into my document folder. World as a real object. WHALEVAL PNG. Right, so I'm back here, right, in my Illustrator, back into Illustrator, layers, some with different layers. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create another artboard. So these squares are artboards, right? So you can create the artboard with the artboard tool like this, and then make sure you work with layers. You create a new layer, and so file import, file place. There is no imported place in Illustrator, and then go back to your folder where you save that PNG file. PNG, and import. Fairly big, not a problem. Reduce the size like this. Hold down shift. Remember, hold down shift of the keyboard, otherwise it will go, without holding down shift, it will go like squash it. So this do enlarging this is no good. Okay, so go back. So that's proportionally reduced holding down shift. Right, now remember, this is still a pixelated, it's not vector, it's a photograph. JPEG is work, it built with pixels. See that? Squares. Yeah, it's not lines. Pixels. Pixels are squares. Small squares. So we need to convert this image into a vector. Vector means lines. Vector consists of lines. These are lines. And then if I put this, let me just demonstrate in a different way. So if I put a box and different color, if I zoom in, and it doesn't show me the squares, it's purely sharp graphics. It's because this vector consists of lines. Okay, we need to convert this into a vector. That's my objective. Now I select the image. I'm gonna do something called image trace. This is let me just put my layout panel. Okay, if you cannot find the image trace option here, you need to go Windows and go back to layout, put the layout on, make sure you select the image, then you should see these options. Right, I'm gonna do image trace. There are a few options here, so I'm gonna do black and white logo and image trace. Okay, that's not a problem. And then once you've done the image trace, there are two things to do, actually 3 steps to do. You need to expand this, and then you need to go and do ungroup. So I'm going to delete that my first frame, and then I got this as an image. These are vector, like this. Okay, right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to enlarge this, select all, and if you look at my previous example, the image, these wings are missing. Yeah, maybe is there a way we can bring these ones, because I don't know, let me see. Maybe we can bring them, maybe color them black. Right, I'm gonna use the brush tool, but I need to create this in a separate layer, otherwise it's gonna interfere with my image. I'm gonna go to create new layer, and then I'm gonna, oops, but it has to be black. The outline is gonna be black. Okay, so it's just simple. Make sure you fill that, and then select that, you put black in it. Okay, and the other image is slightly off, so I'm going to create now a new layer again. Okay, perfect. Maybe I might 1 second. Right, I'm gonna delete this layer, I don't need this. I'm gonna put this layer underneath. Okay, then I might get rid of some of the bits and pieces, selecting in the eraser, select that. Tidy things up, maybe something like this can be erased off. Okay, perfect. Perfect. So I'm gonna select, oops, there are some stuff in here. So if you go to view outline, go to view, go to view outline, you can actually see some of the stuff hanging around. Go to preview and you got it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to group this. I click group and then I'm going to get rid of the extra layer. I don't need that. So this is the one group, right? Okay, so I'm going to leave this and I'm going to create another one. Another artboard, and then go back to my Photoshop layer. I'm going to import a different image again. Press embedded. This time I'm going to import this image, and then I might flip this. Just this is personal preference, and I'm going to rotate, flip this, flip. No, you don't have to do it, but I prefer this angle, like this. Yeah, I prefer that angle in like this. Now here's the thing. Now you have this image. It's not like the previous. Let me rasterize this first. So like this previous where you got white background, it's easy to remove the background. So I got complex background here, the blurry background, right? So I need to extract the image from the background. So this is in Photoshop. So what I'm gonna do is the way I do it is I go and select, right click under here, quick selection mode, and then I select slowly brushing up on top of the image, slowly, do it slowly. Again. So if I zoom in with that quick selection on, and then I need to come out that, so I need to, if you press Alt, can you see that? Can you see if I press Alt, making mouse button minus? So when I press Alt, and then I can reduce this, reduce some of the items here, like that. Oops, just a bit tricky. You need to play around with this tool. It's a fantastic tool to learn. And then you go to select mask, and you go to overlay. Just overlay. Just put cancel for a second. This is not. So Alt. No. So get rid of this. Selected mask, overlay, cool. It's a good selection. If I go to black and white, there are some rough edges here, so I need to go and overlay and reduce the size, just brushing the edges up. Just go back to here and see that. Just edge, just regaining that edge. So again, or if you think if you go on too much, you can press Alt and then gain that back. See that sharp edge is gonna come out when you do minus sign like that. So remember, you need to do this on the edge of the image, not in the middle, not in this side. Right, looks okay, looks okay to me. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back to my overlay, leaving the overlay there. Just give me a second. Okay, that's fine. I can delete that one later, it's not a problem. I go to output settings and I'm gonna go to layer, new layer mask with the new layer with the layer mask. Okay, and okay, decontaminate color on and press OK. So when you press that, it's gonna create, this is your original image, and then this is gonna into a new mask. So very similar exercise like the way you did the double exposure. It's a similar set of exercise, the method. Okay, and once I'm happy with that, I'm gonna go back to my I'm gonna export this as a PNG file, export, save for web, and save for web, PNG, save. Chicken, male chicken, male chicken. Right, so I'm gonna go back to my Illustrator, file, Illustrator, file place, and then gonna go back to let's see, it's a big file, reduce the size, and I'm gonna go to image trace. I'm gonna go to black and white logo, press OK. Okay, It's nice, quite like that. And then I'm going to do expand, right click, ungroup. Okay, in that case I'm gonna do something else here. RGB. Okay, I'm gonna adjust the alpha level. Maybe I'm gonna need to change the alpha level here. Adjustment levels. Still curves. Right, so this is what I want to do. So basically what I want to do is I want to get rid of that color. So if I draw with my pen tool or something like that, or brush tool to, so I want to have something like that. Okay, so like a solid line art graph. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back to Photoshop and then convert this into, I want to get rid of the colors. I want to be black and white. So I'm gonna go to convert into grayscale. It's gonna kill all the colors. Yeah, and then I go to adjustment, probably let's try exposure actually. No, sorry, not the exposure, the levels. So basically what level does is crushing the black. Can you see that? It's adding the black color, reducing all the contrast. Perfect. And press OK, and then I am gonna go and pick the eraser, and then my just erase the edges. First of all, I'm gonna do the magic wand. Select magic wand. I'm gonna get rid of the white background here. So select the magic wand. Select the image, and then go to select inverse, and then edit, cut, edit, paste. I'm gonna get rid of that image, that layer, and then I'm gonna zoom in with my eraser. Just do a nice cleanup. Take your time. Just do a nice cleanup like this. So what did we learn today is kind of like taking a color image, removing the background with the quick selection tool, and then we convert this image into a grayscale to get rid of all the colors and increase the levels, basically adjustment levels, to crush all the blacks. No, not to crush the black, it's to crush the whites. Basically, you need to get rid of all the white and get rid of all, increase the black. And now we are doing the cleaning up of the borders, which just the outline of the border, like that. No, don't do that. No. So where is the what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring this image into Illustrator and do the silhouette, and then I'm gonna stop the video, otherwise it's gonna be longer videos. Longer videos is too difficult to watch, and it's gonna be boring. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make this image, and then I'm gonna stop a video, and then we will reschedule the class again, maybe this week. I'm not teaching on, I haven't class tomorrow morning, Tuesday morning. I hope my internet works. And so if you're free, we can actually log in tomorrow evening around 2 o'clock. So we'll see how it goes, and then let me know on your email if you're available tomorrow evening. If you don't have any class, then we can actually go and complete this task, right? So I'm gonna go to export. I'm ready for export, and then PNG 24, save. Save PNG, and then I go back to the Illustrator and get rid of this. We don't need that anymore. We don't need that connection anymore. Get rid of it and go to File, Place. That's better. I like that. Put a save. Don't forget to save. Okay, so I'll see you soon. I'm gonna end the video now, and then